Hi everyone, this is Andrea, the Girl Plus Paper, and today I'm going to show you how to make this cute little slider card featuring our Sweet Girl paper pack and many of our thin cut collections, including the stitch flowers and the doilies. So to make this card, I started with a 6 by 9 inch piece of cardstock, and I have actually trimmed off a 3-inch piece. I have scored at the bottom 1/2 of an inch, 1/2 an inch from the left, and then at 4 3/4 again. I decided that I was going to notch out those little corners, as you see me doing here with my micro tip scissors, to give it a clean mitered look. I then fold it all under, and I have used our rectangular frame die, the smallest one, and I have placed it at the top edge of my card and cut out one of those little frames. And these are what the pieces are going to look like. You'll see that the actual frame is open on the top because I didn't cut the entire frame. I could have moved it down, but I thought that was plenty of room. And I'm going to adhere that. I'm going to save those pieces and adhere them to the top of the slide in a short while. Okay, so now that we have gone ahead and scored, I put adhesive on my envelope and it's going to close up just like that. To save time, I've also gone ahead and cut from White Daisy one of our doily thin cuts, and I've adhered that onto the card. And as you'll notice, I just folded it over, so I left 3 daisies on the back, and that left me that little nice white spot to go ahead and put my stitch flowers. Now, you'll notice that my paper that I'm working with today is the bulk paper from the card making kit. So it's a little different than the paper that you're going to find in your paper pack, but that's okay. We're just going to go with what I have, and you'll go with what you have and make it so that you like it. I'm going to use those peach scraps that I have to make my flower, but you could use cardstock like I've done in our first example. I use solid colored peach cardstock there. So now using our stitch flower dies, I have picked out the 5-petal and 4-petal flowers as well as the center, and that is what I am cutting out to make this card. So using that 5 and 4 petaled flower, I have already run it through my Big Shot machine, hooked there. Okay, and that's the negative part. Now they'll come out flat, but as you know, I like to cut in between the petals and shape them a little bit to give it some added dimension. And I do have another YouTube video that goes over this completely. I adhere them together using some of our 3D foam tape and it gives it some dimension. I've also cut a gold glitter center using that little circle from the Stitch Flower die cuts as well. And I pop dot that up. I'm going to move everything out of the way here and put everything back on their magnetic sheets as I go ahead and adhere this flower. And I've gone ahead and cut some little green flower leaves as well, and I stick those under. Now, in my example, I have, oh, and I should mention, I have cut a 5.5 by 4-inch piece of White Daisy, and that makes the slide to go in and out of our envelope. I wrapped a piece of light gray ribbon around and secured it with a staple, but I'm not going to do that in my example. You'll see here I used our May stamp of the month, but I'm going to go ahead and use our June stamp of the month instead to make this more current. It's called It's Your Day to Sparkle. It is yours for only $5 with a qualifying purchase, and there's lots of cute images, including this cake, but some of the sentiments are perfect for a cute little birthday card. So I'm going to go ahead and use that foam to stamp the word sparkle onto a scrap of White Daisy cardstock using some of our intense black ink. And I love the way that our ink pads open up. They're magnets now and they are so easy to use. No more struggling. So I'm going to go ahead and ink it up, and I'm sorry that this is a little off. So I'll move it up so you can see sparkle and close that up, and I'm just going to trim that down a bit. You could use any of the sentiments. Sparkle's a little longer, but I'm not intending to mail this. I'm going to put this on top of a package, so it's going to be fine that it hangs off. You might want to, plan accordingly and pick a sentiment that's a little shorter. So I'm just going to adhere that down, and the front of my card is pretty well done now. So we're going to move on to the inside slider. And that rectangular piece and the little part of the frame that I have saved, I'm deciding which side I want to put up of the double-sided cardstock in which order. So now I'm running a little adhesive along the top of my blank card, and I am going ahead and centering from left to right the inside part, and now I'm putting the outside part. And you'll notice that I don't fold it down flush with the top of the card. I'm leaving it popped up a little bit so it makes a little tab. I would go ahead and it put some adhesive under here and then stick it down so it was really secure, but for time's sake I didn't do that in this video. And now I'm just going to show you that I'm going to use this little swirly stamp, and I'm stamping it in some sage ink. Again, love these ink pads, aren't they great? So stamp that up, make some designs on your card. You can go ahead and embellish this in any manner you want with whatever color ink you might have on hands, but I chose sage. And for my sentiment, I think I was going to go with happy birthday, and instead I went ahead and picked out make a wish, and I'm just sticking that onto um, this block, which is way too big. I should be going with a smaller one because, as you'll see, I got a little bit of black down there, and I didn't mean to, but it's okay. Just make yours, put yours on a smaller block and you won't have that problem. And then it just slides in there beautifully. And I've got this cute little card. So now we've updated it with this month's stamp of the month. So you can go ahead to andreasherman.closetomyheart.com. And if you want to order the frames, the stitch flowers are out of stock, but they are allowing you to order them. So go ahead and grab those and get in line before they go away. And the doilies, I don't know if they're going to be reordered. So grab yours. And don't forget to pick up our June stamp of the month while you're at it. So thanks for joining me. See you soon.